For all of those calling me grandma, like not worth the time or whatever, this one is for you guys. Today we have this news of a 64-year-old woman giving birth, setting a record as the oldest mother. Wow! On February 20, a remarkable story unfolded in Chunyi, Guizhou. By the way, I love it, Guizhou. I was there 2019. Cheer up if you're from Guizhou. Where a 64-year-old woman who successfully gave birth to a healthy baby boy, marking her as the oldest mother on record in the province. 9 days prior, Hu underwent a cesarean section, and both mother and child were reported to be in good health, and she was discharged from the hospital. Hu's journey to motherhood was anything but conventional. Due to the family circumstances, she had traveled outside her home province to conceive through in vitro fertilization. What? After successfully becoming pregnant, her joy was soon tempered by health concerns. At 35 weeks into her pregnancy, doctors discovered that Hu was at a high risk for complications, including deep vein thrombosis and pulmonary embolism, which posed a significant threat to both her baby and baby's well-being. After thorough assessments and discussions with Hu and her family, medical professionals decided that a cesarean section was necessary to ensure the safety of both mother and child. The surgery was performed on February 11, taking approximately 50 minutes. The outcome was successful, with Hu giving birth to a baby boy weighing 4 pounds and receiving a high score of 9, indicating he was healthy and vigorous. This extraordinary case has garnered attention not only for Hu's age, but also for the advancements in reproductive technology that have allowed women to conceive later in life. I mean, guys, I was a little bit, I don't want to be conceiving at 64. Give me a break. I'm 37. I wish to be conceiving the sooner the better, of course. But I'm just saying, it's just, some kind of cheer up news for those girls feeling defeated by the comments online and wherever, like you are super old, nobody wants you, you're grandma, etc., etc. So the extraordinary case has garnered a lot of attention. Experts note that while such cases are rare, they highlight the evolving understanding of fertility and motherhood in modern society. Well, that's a little bit too modern for me. I mean, I was thinking she was talking about conceiving in vitro as for previous years in life, but was it about this specific story, like her latest birth at 63 getting pregnant in vitro? That's a little bit too much. Anyways, the fertility and motherhood in modern society. However, pregnancies at such advanced ages often come with high risks, requiring careful monitoring and management by healthcare providers. Whose story has inspired many, raising discussions about age, motherhood, and the choices women make in their reproductive journeys. As she embraces this new chapter of life, her experience serves as a reminder of the strength and resilience of women in the face of challenges. Exactly. I really get to admire her somehow. With this groundbreaking birth, Hu has etched her name in the records of Guizhou, breaking barriers and setting a precedent for future discussions on maternal age and health. Oh, give me a break. Have any 70 or 80 given birth anytime? Wow. Okay, there's this comment down here that states, as she embraces this new chapter of her life, yes, being a parent for 10 or 15 years and very unlikely to witness the child graduate from college. Well, still, you never know what are these people going through or have gone through and what are their biggest dreams. It's just like a guy or a person saying, like, I have this big dream, and at 50 you can still get to realize it, or at 80 or 70, who knows. So we cannot give out the credit to someone's life dream. Like, this article doesn't state very clearly whether or not this woman previously had been pregnant, that, or was it the first child, or did it say it? I don't recall. I don't remember it said, but I just think like it's easy to judge people, but once again, we never know what those people have been through or where they come from, like what are their biggest desires, and maybe they are still risking their whole lives, as this woman was, just for the sake of having this child because it was her dream and she didn't want to live this life without realizing that one dream of her, no matter her life was at risk, or with that consentment she was still like in for it, you know. So it's very somehow respectful from the side of a person, and the willingness to overcome whatever are the circumstances in order to realize what is that you want. Of course, I'm just not talking that is maybe the healthiest way or choice. Here we have the award. Let me show you guys the picture with the award that they granted her. 64, and this is another pic of the child being born there. So that means it's almost double my age. So guys, I'm still a baby. I'm just being very funny, but okay, that's not funny. Maybe I'm just being sarcastic. So I will still advocate that the sooner the better, or not the youngest the better, because here in Mexico some like single moms or some women give birth in a very early stage of their lives, in a very young age, and they are regretting that, like not in a way that they don't want the child, but they regret the part that they didn't get to live what they had to live, because getting pregnant or falling in love with this guy that promised this and that. Here, I have this girl that comes to my home and helps me with the chores of the house, so the maid, and she has this sister, and she has two sisters, and both of her sisters had these children that are the same age, 16, and somehow they both got pregnant at the same time at 16 years old. And it's just very funny because one of her sisters just had a child, and all of a sudden, a month after having a child, she just realized it, or she was told by the daughter that she was pregnant. So she got to be 1 year after, she gets to be a grandma. So she has a 1-year-old son with a 1-month-old grandson, which is very weird, you know. Anyways, this is how, like, the evidence that here sometimes, not many times, maybe that's like a 60% of cases, that some girls, especially not very educated people, will get pregnant very early in their lives, and that is not for their benefit at 16 with a baby. And of course, usually these guys will not be responsible for much. Basically, they are not married. Like, how can you even get married at that age? They are still schooling, but somehow they will just have to leave school in order to be a mother at this early stage in the life. And sometimes they will get to live with them, with the boys, with the men's boys. I don't know how to call them. Maybe some will be men, some will be just staying at boys. And yeah, those are the choices that they have made, just because some of them are poorly educated and they don't have this awareness that this is a possible scenario if you get to sleep with guys just because it's fun, or you have the opportunity, or because they say they love you, and you are not very well aware of that. That doesn't much happen with a lot of the people here, or the big majority of the society. I'm just saying that happens mostly with the more uneducated percentage of the population. So I'll say maybe the best age to get pregnant, maybe like from 27 to 35. Those ages are quite okay. I will still think less than, still even 30 is fine, because 20s you are quite not just enjoying your career or yourself, but getting to understand who you are. So I will still, maybe for some, still young to have like children at 22 or 23. So maybe after 25, 27, it's just perfect. That's my own guess. What do you guys think about this and about this news?